G'day and welcome. So this is part 30 on the ZK Fairlane. In this one we've done lots of reconditioning of plastic parts and, you know, putting much of the bare bones of the interior stuff together. I haven't put these in yet. I've got the door on. A few other bits and pieces. That being said, it's really turning out well. I'm very happy with it. I've made some mistakes. Look, lately I haven't been working too well, and I've been screwing a few things up, putting stickers on. You know, just doing stuff where it hasn't turned out that well. I painted the boot again, and that turned out alright, but I still stuffed up one part of it. It's just one of those things, right? You know, when sometimes you're just tired, or you shouldn't be doing it, but you push yourself to do things, and it just doesn't work out. But despite that stuff happening, it's still not bothering me. I think it's turning out alright. Anyway, look, I hope you enjoy. Right, a couple of stickers. Pardon me, we've got Etheridge Luna. I used to work for Etheridge Ford in Ringwood. So it's sort of, and that used to be Allen Coffee Motors where the XD came from, and the XY we had came from, and I used to work there too as when it was Etheridge, and there was a really good bunch of guys there. I'm tipping the antis on things the centre. I've sort of marked which is the centre bit. The sticker's going to go from the inside sort of there somewhere. I'm not sure how they did it with the train. I suppose I'm just going to have to go over there. All I'm going to do is get a bit of tape and set it up around about where I think it should go, which I'm tipping is about there. And I'm just doing this from the outside at the moment so I can see the levels and all this sort of stuff. Does that look around about? That's about right there. And when I'm on the inside, of course, I'm just going to put that fine line there so I can see exactly where it's going to sit. With that being the centre, just there. The other one is Ford Australia. We used to move with you. That's what I call it. Again, I think it goes in from the inside. And that was kind of over in this direction here. We've got the Ming fabric over there, but I'll do the same sort of thing here. I'll just set it up around about where I think it's meant to be, which is going to be there. A bit of fine line to see the bottom of it. And this can be the forward edge there. And then I'll just go on the inside and start putting those on. And hopefully I don't mess it up, which I'm already doing now. Right. That was really hard to get on. I actually wrecked it, but it'll do for now. Yeah, I didn't do that very well at all, but it'll have to do. You can see I've destroyed the corner of it. Doesn't look too good over there, but it's the best I can do. I think once that Venetian's up, it looks a lot better. Maybe it should have even gone lower, but they're really actually quite hard to put on. Right, so before we get any further with putting that sort of back part back together, looking at these things here, these are the sort of C and D colour trims. This one's warped like crazy. You can see that edge there. This one's not so bad. That's a lot straighter. But they're really compromised in terms of their makeup, their physical makeup, so the plastic is all stuffed. So really we need new ones. I am going to try and fix these though, or at least patch them up for now. We've got this black seal. I'm going to try and get that off. I'm going to roll it off a bit. So I'm going to try and get that off. The Venetians were held at the top with self-tappers. One of them wasn't held at all. They kind of really just coloured. The other one was, this one had some double-sided tape on the bottom. Or Velcro. Is that Velcro? Hang on a minute. No. No, it's just double-sided tape. Top and bottom. I don't think there's anything wrong with just screwing them in, just like that. They're probably going to need cleaning up or painting. A bit of Parcel. Clean these films up. I just want to have a look at these silver ones first to see if I have to paint them, or if I can get away without. It looks like somebody's paintless Ford left a run there. If there's slight markings, I actually don't care. You know, I'll get rid of this stuff. That's all that sort of mastic stuff that's oozed out from somewhere. God, it's messy stuff. But anyway, we can work on that later. That was clever, wasn't it? But if they don't look any good, we're going to have to redo them. Pardon me. Like, the car's not perfect, you know what I mean? So it doesn't all have to be perfect. Whatever, we'll get back to that. The really bad bits are things like the seatbelt covers on the parcel tray. That's pretty knackered. And these things we were talking about before. I think I've already buggered that one up. And again, you know, I'm just going to get the loose off and just give them a bit of a clean up. Any sort of stains from soft drinks, or I don't know why you'd have a soft drink behind there, but it makes the rag go all chalky. We're just getting the rough off and transferring some of the green dye on here, but they're in a bit of a bad way, so we're just going to do what we can with them, which I'm sure will look okay. The only problem I have with painting plastics is they tend to fish eye all over the place. And I always thought it's because people put Armour All and all these sort of silicone products on, but they seem to do it anyway. So just give these a rudimentary clean. They certainly don't have to be perfect. I mean, look at that burning there. Can you see that? How deep and pitted it is? It's a mess. Okay, so what I've done, I've taken the soundproofing off the back because it'll probably catch fire. This is not a deal breaker for me. If it goes bad, it goes bad. I'm not experienced with heat gunning plastic, but we need to rebond that top layer. Doing this is going to mess up the grain of it a bit, but it's what we've got. So I do have a length of steel and some clamps and so forth. That will serve to hold that straight. I'm not going to hold it straight at the moment. I'm just going to go around and burn in the knackered bit of the plastic. We'll start on high, and I'm looking to melt it. You can see it change colour, just like it do. So that will probably offer it a bit more stability. Now, obviously I'm not going to do the whole thing, I'm just going to do the affected areas. But if you look at where those scratches are, I might turn that down a bit. They tend to disappear, so if you look here, that's where the plastic and it smells, so you should really mask up. But it's sort of bonding that top layer of plastic back on. And it's not perfect. Once we repaint it, it shouldn't be too bad. I think we'll get a lot of it back in terms of appearance once we repaint it. And it's not a high wear area, so you know, ooh, it's hot, obviously. So some parts of it, like that bit there, you'll see that. Once it's painted, if you're really looking for it, you're probably going to see it again, or as well. So I'm just going to go around and try and, I'm just hoping it doesn't buckle right up like that, if you know what I mean. Ooh, it liquefies it pretty fast on high speed. See that? It's almost a puddle. But where it's compromised, there's nothing else you can do, you know. And we'll go to this side. This is where it's all buckled up. This edge here is totally knackered. So I mean, it might even help put a bit of filler on that or something. I'm being a bit aggressive, I think. Alright, now let me just get that bit of metal. Where the hell did I put it? Oh, there. And just clamp this shut. Don't do this to you. Some guy wrote on an ad, on a comment, remind me not to let you use my tools. And I never ask people for tools. My brother's the only person I ask. But as if I'm going to ask him for some tools. I had another clamp. What the hell do I do with it? I just want to clamp a bit there. And just see if I can run some heat there and just sort of true it up, you know what I mean? You can see it move. And to set it, you could probably get a spritz bottle and just spray it. That's how we used to do it with acrylic. It sort of helps set it. Just do some... I'm only making this up as I'm going along, right? Don't take any of this seriously, because I've no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to cool that right down. That's pretty cool. Well, let's have a look. You ready? Oh, it's a bit better. Marginally better. Probably about the same. Well, it's a little bit better. Yeah. Oh, look. Ooh, still a bit soft. That's actually... That's a bit better. It's not there yet, but that's the sort of thing I'm going to do. And if it's not perfect, I don't care. You know, this car is just a roughie. And... you know, I don't have any problem with doing it like this. I'm running out of this. To the way, yeah. All right. What else we got? These little bits. Damn, this stuff is sticky. Yep, we're in. Kind of in. Should be right. That was just kind of like that, you know. putting this on quite wet. The hope here, oh, can't get in there properly. The hope here is that it penetrates the plastic a bit and any other loose bits will fall into line. I think we all know that's crap. You can see just how stuffed these things are. So I've made no effort to really make them look any better. Oh, I run out. These things are a pain to get in because they're kind of warped. So I've got to kind of stick it in behind there. I'm just going to plug this in, but I'm not going to plug this, put the light in just yet. I just want to make sure they both work, that sort of thing. But they're little buggers because, does that poke out? I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. That pokes out, doesn't it? And I can put the Venetian in later, like it's not going to be a problem. I just did a trial run just before. Got that gooey stuff on me again. I just painted this. But yeah, look, they're all right. They're a lot better than what they were in terms of appearance, but they're still not perfect. Right, so I've stuck this parcel tray in. The lights are just hanging out there. I've just got, I think the globe's working. I just want to check the wiring and everything's cool. The speaker grills don't fit, but the rest of it does, except where I broke it. Look at that. I'll let that PVA go off. I'm just going to brush it with a bit of satin black. We'll put that thing, what's that called? The rear Venetian on, and we should be good. It's brittle. It's really brittle. The same thing happened in, I think I dropped the XC one off a sawhorse. What do you call it? Yeah. And snapped it that way. So I'm bad with parcel trays. You don't ever trust me with your parcel tray. Those plugs are in for the child seat things. I think we're good. I think. I just want to get a razor blade and just cut off just the edge because I don't want it to lift. I stuffed that up when I put it on too. I'm not working well at the moment. Sometimes things just fall into place. Other times things just don't fall into place. And what do? You know, sometimes you mess stuff up. Those trims actually look pretty good. I'll put the Venetians in, the side Venetians. But you know, I mean, they're pitted and so forth, but they're uniform, they match, they look good. Can we get up there and have a look where the light's a bit better? So they're going to be fine. They're going to be absolutely fine. I can't use those or test those lights so I'll get all this muck off the bonnet because the reconnect the battery. What do you think of that? I think I bent it. I'll have to try and straighten that bit. But I love that look. I always put them on. I've got one on the XC too, and one on the XD, one on the Sigma. I reckon they're great. I'm just going to try and straighten that a bit. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm not feeling that well. I've had this cold that 2 or 3 weeks later, it just keeps cycling and cycling. I just can't get rid of it. First day of winter, although it looks a bit more like mid-autumn. And there's leaves down the drive and all this sort of stuff. I've got to start doing this. This is a bit of scrappy MDF I found for the back of the boot insulation, or behind the back seat. And we'll have to have a look at that too. So the deal today, we'll clean the bonnet off, get it open, connect the battery, check those lights that we left yesterday, and I want to put this door on. I've left it off deliberately for carpet and that. I'll take that seat out and clean up all in here because I want to start laying carpet. Now if it's possible, I want to see if I can clean up these plastic trims, they might be too far gone, I'm not sure. These ones here, or redo them. They look pretty shabby actually, but oh no, there's stuffed as well. Look around here, it's all chewed out. Alright, we'll do what we can with those then. They should probably be painted today, because you know, it might be the first day of winter, but the weather's absolutely glorious. So yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? Damn, that's a full day, and I wasn't going to spend much time at it because I don't feel well. But I do have to take advantage of. Oh, I need that for the XD. I do have to take advantage of the weather being good at the moment. All right. Oh, hang on. Is that a Holden or Ford? That's a Ford one, isn't it? I'll just pull another one of these. Hang on. No, that's an early one. HK6. I was hoping it was a Ford one. They're slightly different. The Ford one's just like that, but the bracket's a little bit bigger. I bought a new one, which I was going to put on the X. Oh, it's here. On the XA wagon, but I won't. I'll put it in the XC. And it's a Bosch. That's an alternator, right? And it's self-regulated, so it's got the, although it's got the more modern regulator at the back. But it's like 180 bucks or something. And you can't really go wrong for that. I've run out of old second-hand ones though. Right. Yeah, that one looks a bit dimmer. I might change the globe in that one. That's cool. We're just going to do the one down here. Righto. I've got to stick this thing back together. I just sort of used the cardboard one that came out of the car as a template, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to glue it on, but I'll glue sort of bits of it on, if you know what I mean. So, you know, this bit here, and I don't know if I've got enough of that glue left though. It's getting mighty thin, this stuff. I'll just use a can of the other stuff I had. I'll start gluing it up, but I'm just gluing, you know, 4 strips, if you know what I mean. Ford kind of did that too, just bits and pieces like that bit at the edge there, just to stop them falling when they're in the car. Oh, have we got any left? Here we go. Oh, lovely. That set very well. warped, but I think it'll be alright. It'll sort of fall into its own shape, if you know what I mean. And so even though it was a bit of a rubbish panel, that's fine. You know, that was good. I'll put in the conduits for the cabling. I've just got to run a bit more mastic just around the bottom of that transmission hub thing because it just doesn't feel as snug as I'd like there. We'll pull that old seat out, and the other thing that worries me, I'm not sure what it is, well, it's an earthing problem, I'm sure, but I'm not sure about the rest of it. I've got to test the light on the quadrant, but not just that. When you select between gears, there's a small spark where the selector runs, and so I'm just going to run a little earth strap. I'm not sure, the car starts fine, so I don't think it's to do with the main earth, but it could be the body earth. But it shouldn't, oh yeah, it could be the body earth, couldn't it? Between the cylinder head and the body of the car. So I need to check that. What else is there? Oh, the seat belts. We've got an odd one here. That's just temporarily there. I can't find some of my seatbelt hardware. And I've got the other one in, even though it's going out of focus, but now we're good. That thing's settling back fine, that MDF panel. And I've just sort of relocated everything I need to put the car together sort of in the boot. The spare's just there temporarily. That'll of course come out when I redo this. That'll be in the spring. So I'll put this stuff in the boot. I'll vacuum it out, I'll take the seat out, lay the carpet, and then put this door on. That's probably the best way. Actually, what I might do is I might buff the door first on the trestles because it just makes life a bit easier. I've been seeing this since. Oh, I've got to get the welding wire to fix that air filter. That looks lovely, doesn't it? A little itty bitty 302. Great engines. I was actually watching a road test on a Boss 302. They're rated at 290 horsepower, but they're revved to the end of time. That won't be 290 horsepower. That is probably, it'll have a Holley 6 on it. It's got a cam. I'll get the distributor graft. That might be 250. It could be. A bit more than a stock 308 and stock 302. I think stock 302 4 barrels were, and the XTs were 230. 308s were 240. Yeah, it should be around there. 240, 250. So it should move that XA wagon around quite nicely. Well, I've given that door a buff. Started fitting out, I don't want to tip it over, handle. Nice chrome handle. And so forth, the mechanism to close it and all that sort of stuff. It's so much easier when you haven't got a door on. It's like Ricky and Trailer Park Boys, have you seen that? They get in and out of their cars through the left hand side because there's no front door. Make sure I don't scratch everything up. I've got to use this frame. And some of those studs, I cleaned those studs up and they're pretty good too. Alright, time for a vacuum I think. I'm going to go around here again, just because I think I should. I probably don't need to, but there were some areas I didn't like, that I didn't think had sealed up properly. So I'm just going to shoot some of this in here. Yeah, it's in there. Hang on, is that still coming out? Yeah. But I didn't put enough under here when I put the box on, when I put that this tunnel thing on. And I was sure I did. I put quite a thick bead, but it must be out of shape or something. I'm just going to push this in. And that'll do nicely. There's no other holes. Seatbelt bolts I've got sitting in situ for now. Blocked that up. I found the grommet for that hole. So it's all looking pretty good. I did forget, I'll show you what I forgot, because I was going to put grommets in these and then I forgot to get them. Where the gas tank was mounted, there. Is that it? No. There. See over there? There's holes. 2 holes. So we need to block those up. This is from Knox Auto Carpets. And I've got some underlay as well, because we need some more of that. The carpets are the ultra cut. They're the sort of longer cut pile carpet. you know, Fairlanes, LTD, Statesmans, all these sorts of more luxurious cars are supposed to have this stuff. So I've got the beige, which I actually really like. It's lovely quality stuff. It's the same as I've got in the XC. It's very deep. So, you know, we've got the front carpet, we've got a cut for the shifter, and the rear one, of course. So I guess the first one we're going to do is the front. Well, that first day window came to an early finish. It's getting cold, and I've got a cold, so I need to go inside. I've got that door on. That's rather lovely, isn't it? Look at the reflection. Woohoo! Carpets haven't fitted yet, but that cat that you just heard the bell, she peed inside, and it took weeks for the odour to go away. We scrubbed it and scrubbed it, and she's got a propensity for bath mats, things like that, so I'm paranoid she's going to tiddle in here. I've got the front one almost fitted, and pardon me, the back one, and it looks really, really nice. So I'm going to finish this later because it's getting too cold. I'm just going to put some cardboard or something here to stop the cat getting in, and we should be good. Nice. I'm bloody sick again, and I'm literally stopping every 2 seconds and filling up 2 tissues. I don't think I'll go in here. I was going to go in and I'm going to find a console and some plastic parts. I think they're under that blue tarp, but it's going to be too dusty. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. So I've got two I've got 2 consoles here. This one I bought from a lovely guy, very cheaply. XT Falcon, whatever. This is the ZK one, which unfortunately has a small tear there. Now, these are identical, these things. This one's all busted up there. This is good. You could get away with fixing that. You could probably repair this thing. I'm not going to bother. These are just XT Falcon consoles. There's a steel member that's riveted to the side. Can you see? I'll pull this out and have a look. There it is there. And it's pop riveted down here, and that's where your fold is, where the padding is. There's just a layer of foam. It's the same plastic as that one. So really there's nothing stopping you, whoops, from using this. The difference is that bin there is absent, but it is actually still there. Underneath here there's a large block of foam sitting in that hole, which is kind of weird, but exactly the same console. So the switch will fit, or the timer for the key light entry thing will fit. It's all exactly the same. So I'm in 2 minds whether to Geez, I'll tell you what, if you got one of these that wasn't busted up like this and you peeled that adhesive off, it's in beautiful condition. This is really therapeutic. Anyway, I'll stop. So I'm going to use that one. I was going to paint it. I'm half tempted to clean this up and just cover it. I don't know. I actually don't know what to do. Although I don't have a padded lid. So I'll probably just paint it. I'm not sure. So there's no hurry for that. These rock covers were from DJ. They are from the Outback XA. Originally red, but you can see they've got a beautiful orange. And that's what the K codes, the 351s had. That sort of orange there. It's not red anymore. But I might match that, just out of some paint I've got here, in the other covers. And they're XB, XC ones. There's no power by Ford on them. This is where it gets tricky. Smells like old fuel's been on it. It's so Ford, isn't it? It's true. So easy. Front ones are out of it. There it is. There we have it. And this is just a cap, so I'll take that off. That seems to be the part that you would most likely need to do a conversion. And the rest of this, I would probably change the foam out. It's just separate panels and use this as a pattern. And this would be I'd be interested in reusing this if it cleans up properly. Vinyl weld, although that piping is a bit shabby, but yeah, it was worth pulling apart just to work out how it all worked. Right, well, I've just got a floodlight here to show you. You can see the dash is nice and dusty. I haven't fitted this side of the carpet yet, but I've done the other side. That looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Let me get around here and have a look. Looks really good. I'm happy. I'm very happy with that. So I've just got to figure out what that earth problem is. There is something sort of weird going on with the wiring. It'll be down to earth, I would think. I haven't got the key in there, so I can't really look at it. But that's sort of it for this one. It's a bit cold at the moment. I can't get the car out to do the rest of it. But so far so good. Now my go-to is taking seat covers off and throwing them in the washing machine, but I'm not going to do it with these because these things are actually heat pressed in and I reckon I'll damage them. The driver's seat has got some damage on it from that. The crushed velour bits feel pretty good. These centre bits feel a little bit hard. I'm not sure what they're meant to be like. But I might actually give these to a professional car cleaner and just get them cleaned as best they can do them and put them back in the car. The fronts I haven't looked at for a little while. I've got that wonderful frame from Daniel. Oopsie. And I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with these too. That one I might have washed actually, I'm not sure, I can't remember. But again, I'm looking down the barrel. No, I didn't clean that. I didn't clean that at all, so I might get them all professionally cleaned. I'll put covers on the fronts, sheepskins. It's sort of what we used to do back in the day. But I think that's enough for now. I do hope you've enjoyed this. So take good care of yourselves, enjoy Classic, and I'll see you soon.